Hey, what's happening everyone? I'm Sir James from Gamerfuzion.com, and for this video I'm here to provide you with my review for Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2 Sisters Generations on the PlayStation Vita. Pretty much what this game is that this is a remake from the game from 2011 on the PlayStation 3 and ported over to the PlayStation Vita, giving it some new features, characters, and other small tweaks to make it work on the portable platform. So going over the story without giving away any major spoilers whatsoever, is that in the very beginning of the game you are greeted with a cool cinematic of the CPUs of Gamindustri battling this very powerful opponent. Unfortunately, they were not able to achieve victory and were trapped for about 3 years. Thankfully, two unlikely heroes come into play and will manage to free Nepgear, and so from there you go on an adventure to gather the CPU candidates of Gamindustri along with the aid and power of the mascots to go free the remaining CPUs and to stop this new threat once and for all. As for the graphics, visually the game looks really well done on the PlayStation Vita. What I like is the different amounts of colors they added to make the world of Gamindustri pop out with its world map, and of course the different locations that you get to visit along your journey, along with the people that you meet. Just every single thing about this in terms of detail looks great on the Vita itself. Even when you take the game out and place it on the PlayStation TV, it almost looks like a PlayStation 3 title on the go. But overall, the visuals were really great and I was pleased of how it turned out. Now, as we get into the gameplay, this is the heart and soul for the title, and the best way I could describe it is RPG with real-time strategy. So pretty much, essentially, it's like this. In the game, you have variations of different characters where there's a lot of different customization options. Each character has their own strength and weakness, and of course different abilities to aid you in combat. For example, you may have a character that's able to provide you with medical treatment during the actual battles, or you may have another one that's able to provide you buff skills such as increasing the strength or allowing you to unleash a much stronger super altogether. Now in the game, in terms of combat, it's actually a really fast-paced combat mechanic where you're able to unleash 3 attacks until later on, which you learn new skills to unleash more attacks, and these 3 attacks are defined as Break, Power, and Rush. Break will allow you to decrease the enemy's defense, Power will allow you to unleash a devastating attack, while Rush is doing a quick strike altogether, which is not as powerful nor as weak. And you're able to customize these different combo skills as you progress and level up your characters, because each character will learn unique skills such as magic abilities or be able to poison or paralyze your opponent altogether. Outside of the combat system, there is a store which you're able to buy a wide variety of different weapons. Each character is divided by their own unique weapons, so therefore you cannot do like mix and matches for different characters. You're able to set up a battle formation and of course buy custom items, such as if you want to be able to change the look of your characters altogether. There's that. You also have a quest system. In this case, it's known as a guild, so you could join up with a guild, in which in this case, by completing such items, you're able to achieve new potions, crafting items, and of course there's also this whole plan system where you could customize stuff, and pretty much once you find the proper materials, you could form different plans, and later on, as you progress further on, you're able to create your own custom game. In this case, it's a custom CD, which you can craft together, which will also buff up your characters anymore. So pretty much there's a wide variety of different things going on in this game, which will be hard to describe, but as I stated, it's a real-time strategy game with RPG elements, and it's pretty much one of the best ones that I've seen on the PlayStation Vita itself. As for the sound portion, I gotta say this in-game soundtrack was really enjoyable to listen to. What I like about it, since this involves the world of video games in itself, I got a bit of a retro vibe when it came to the music, which was really enjoyable throughout my experience. Now as for the voice actors themselves, you do have the option to choose the original Japanese voice actors or the English voice actors. Of course, the original Japanese voice actors are always going to sound great, especially when you're playing it with the original Japanese voice. The lip syncing is not going to be, well, out of sync. However, the English voice actors, I gotta say, I think they did a really good job, and there's only probably one annoying character for the English side of things, but other than that, the voice actors did a really good job, and the soundtrack was just enjoyable altogether. As for the lifespan, what kind of lifespan do I see for this title? And to be honest, this game has a great lifespan, and here's my reasons why. First off, it's a great game to have on the go for something that if you're going to be taking long trips, or you just want something that's going to take you many hours to complete instead of about 3 or 4 hours, then this game is going to provide you that many hours of enjoyment, especially the fact that this game has so many different video game references, even stuff related to YouTube, that it's going to get you excited, it's going to start having you laughing. and just all kinds of things that you're going to be nitpicking all together. So the way I see it is that there's many little Easter eggs in this game, and it's up to you to not only play and pay attention to the story, but to see what kind of mini Easter eggs that you could find all together, which is a lot of. The story was well done, the combat system is great, just all together it's something that I think a lot of Vita owners should definitely add to their collection. So whether it's something to add on the go or something to pop into the PlayStation TV and play on a big screen. As for the innovation, was there anything new here? Was this something that we already seen before? Honestly, I have not played the first title, so therefore I cannot comprehend the first game onto the second game, but what I can say is that for the elements that are going on for this game, overall it was a really enjoyable experience. The only slight issue that I had with the game altogether on both the Vita itself or even playing it on the Vita TV is that when there's a lot of things going on screen, you do notice a frame rate drop. It's not going to be to the point where it ruins your game experience, but it is something that you're going to notice it from time to time, especially when you're using a lot of different special attacks or attacking variations of enemies all at once. But overall, this is a great game and definitely one I would recommend. So in the end, I'm giving Hyperdimension Neptunia 2 Rebirth a 9 out of 10. If you guys have any questions, leave that in the comment section down below, and don't forget to stay tuned to Gamerfuzion.com, where we empower your gaming.